Ciao a tutti, bentornati sul canale. Sta per cominciare lo State of Play dedicato ad Hogwarts Legacy, il videogioco che ci riporterà nel mondo di Harry Potter. Sta cominciando. Wow, wow, wow. Avalanche. Porky Games and Wizarding World. In game, quindi siamo in gioco. Mix of gameplay. Ok.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Centauri. Oh. Aspetta, pensavo fosse finito.
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world. But before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or wizard you want to be.
C'è massima personalizzazione.
You'll be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw or Slytherin. After you settle into your
Guardate che bella la camera. La sala comune di Corvo Nero.
And you do have some catching up to do, as you were starting Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you are the new student.
You'll begin your studies attending charms, defense against the dark arts, herbology and potions.
Quindi se ho capito cominciamo dal 5º anno.
Oh, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Shall we begin?
Beh, ci sta per avere comunque per iniziare in una fase avanzata del nostro apprendimento magico.
I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Duello.
You may begin.
Che bello, raga, mi sembra che sia tornato ai giochi vecchi.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here you'll meet your professors and learn to cast
Sei il professore
spells,
ubriacone di
brew
pozioni.
magical plants, brew potions and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments and mysteries. You'll discover dungeons and secret passageways.
Che bello, però. Mi sembra tutto molto grande ed è una cosa fighissima.
Require magical skill and a clever mind to solve. You may even find yourself in iconic locations you've never been able to explore before.
Oh, le cucine! Che belle!
It's the late 1800s, so while the common rooms
Fine
and classes
1800.
may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
Nick!
Very good fact. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. Suffering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum. One's designed to
Professore
help you catch
Fantasma.
up with the other 5th years at your own speed.
Storia della magia.
Opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts.
Ok.
The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is.
c'è questo goblin ribelle.
Loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to
Figa
achieve
questa
their
cosa,
own
combatteremo i
goals.
goblin anche.
In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
Ci sta.
You could get to the top when they came to Hogsmeade, that all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this
Quindi
child?
goblin e maghi oscuri sono
You
alleati.
shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Che figa qua. Ci sono tanti ambienti, tanti ambienti, tante location. Che livello. Che sembra Harry contro Voldemort.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes.
Ovviamente incantesimi di attacco, di difesa, scudo.
Counterattack with
Controattacchi.
powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations. Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
Hanno molti modi per far fuori i nemici. Ah, raga, è fighissimo. Porca miseria.
Slam with Descendo. Roast with Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes.
Incendio. E si ritorna subito ai primi giochi.
Professors do not understand, to obliterate your strongest foes. Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style. On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
No, no, sono bellissime. È bellissimo tutto quello che sto guardando. Poi mi sembra che ci siano davvero tante mosse, tante possibilità, tanti incantesimi, tante variazioni degli stessi incantesimi.
Enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and
Talenti e
spells,
abilità.
you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills to aid your progression as a
Okay.
wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your
C'è una
playstyle
scala di
to allow you to focus
crescita,
on
no?
your favorite
L'albero delle
types of
abilità
magic.
e quant'altro.
You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear
Crafting.
that will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Pozioni, erbologia e bestie. Ovviamente cure delle creature magiche.
Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical
Bellissimo.
education at Hogwarts,
Veramente
progressing your
bello.
development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost.
Le pozioni ti possono aiutare durante il combattimento.
Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay. You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies. In Beasts class, you will learn about a
Lo
variety
snaso.
of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding.
Bellissimo, tu praticamente ha usato la mandragora contro i nemici.
Is to remind all of you how to maneuver on
siamo
a
sulla
broomstick
scopa.
safely.
Learning and mastering broomflight is highly recommended.
Ma guardate
so that you may
l'ambiente
travel
quanto è
around the
grande.
world more quickly.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're despicable.
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can
Faremo
accompany
amicizia.
you on your journey as your companions. And over time, you'll learn their stories.
Molto belle anche le uniformi di Hogwarts.
This is our chance.
Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart
Ah, ci sta
and loves
presentando
magical
alcuni
beasts,
personaggi.
connecting with them more easily than with humans.
What happens now?
Questa è una piccola
Unafraid
Newt.
of detention or breaking the rules,
Sneaking in the restricted section again.
is
Ma quello è
Sebastian
Peeves?
Sallow, a charismatic
È
Slytherin
Peeves!
Over this boy, Hufflepuffs cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you
Guardate gli
explore
ambienti
Hogwarts,
del
always
castello.
between classes and regular
Sono
gathering
bellissimi.
areas.
La stanza delle
Welcome to
necessità.
the room of requirement.
Quindi la useremo
One
anche
of the
qui.
most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement.
Ah, ok, sarà tipo il
You're
nostro...
introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need
La
and then
nostra
provides it
base?
for you.
O per potenziamenti, penso, sarà una cosa del
Since you
genere.
need to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants,
Ok.
brew potions, and upgrade your
Sarà
gear.
tipo il nostro laboratorio, la stanza delle necessità. Bella, bella trovata.
A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie
Abbiamo
of
anche un
magical
amico
beasts.
elfo, Dick.
Deke isn't sure.
Con due E
One way to
e
find
K.
out.
You can freely customize this space to reflect your personality and magical specialties.
Mi sono perso questo pezzo, cos'è? È tipo... Cos'è? Mi sono perso un pezzo.
Not everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require. From potion ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear.
Possiamo cambiare anche.
But
Fuori
Hogsmeade
da
also
Hogwarts,
has its
senza la
dangerous
divisa.
side. A band of dark witches and wizards emboldened by the turmoil of the times wander the village outskirts. You must avoid them or defeat them. As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the ground with
Abbiamo
snow
anche
or
il
rain.
cambiamento delle
Unique
stagioni, del
wizarding
tempo.
hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell, and missions with which they could use your assistance. Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle walls. Some have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the
Dobbiamo
room of
salvare
requirement.
le creature corrotte
But there are dangers
dalle arti
beyond your
magiche.
understanding in the world as well.
Quella è la
Dungeons and
Gringot?
vaults hold perilous
O
threats
sbaglio?
and also untold rewards.
Vabbè, dungeons.
Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path.
Ulla. Ulla, è partito così questo Avada
Master
Kedavra.
spells.
Ma eravamo noi
Befriend
stessi?
new allies. Journey across a landscape never seen before. Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be as you leave your unique mark on the
Giusto.
wizarding world.
Eh sì, eravamo noi.
Here
Perché possiamo decidere
in Hogwarts Legacy.
che tipo di maghi o streghe vogliamo essere. Wow. Holiday 2022. Quindi fine 2022, se non sbaglio.
That was your first extended look at Hogwarts Legacy. Now let's hear from the real wizards and witches behind the game.
Ok.
The
Questo è il trailer che abbiamo già visto. Ah no.
And the love for this brand that the team has is astonishing.
Our team is so excited to take all of the love that they put into this as fans and give it to fans.
This is the game that they've dreamed of
Giustamente.
for 20 years.
Vero. È il gioco che aspettavamo. Dietro le quinte.
The lore of the Wizarding World is already so rich, and all we had to do was harness those elements and build a game out of it.
The movies, the books, they all touched me in such a way. Like, it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts, makes me put in so much more detail into this game.
È bello perché sembra tutto assolutamente vivo, sia il castello che fuori.
Anything we add or anything we play with or anything that we explore really feels authentic.
Bringing to life just the charm and the love, everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize is really just the perfect handshake between the two. Just the discovery of like seeing things portrayed for the first time. Maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
You've got all these elements that can come together to create this amazing AAA open world action RPG.
When it comes to the open world, we just knew it wasn't going to be enough to just stare out of the windows of Hogwarts and wonder what it's like out there. But the final question that fans ask is, what's beyond that? What's beyond the Forbidden Forest? What's going to be beyond Hogsmeade? What's beyond the Black Lake if I start traveling south?
Dovrebbe essere una mappa gigantesca a questo punto. Cioè, sarà una mappa gigantesca, eccola.
We're creating a real wide palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world. You're going to see different stories that are really
possiamo muovere sia con la scopa che con gli ippogrifi a questo
Hogwarts
punto.
Legacy is an original story that takes place in the late 1800s.
You are a new student who is starting at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a fifth year, which is very
Ah, quindi
unusual.
avevo sentito bene
So
prima.
already there's a bit
Quindi
of an
cominciamo dal
edge
quinto
and a
anno.
bit of a mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game is your story of what you did, you know, in the Wizarding World that you haven't
Questa è la
seen
cosa più
before.
interessante. Cioè, possiamo decidere
Fans are familiar with the Wizarding World from
che
you know,
tipo
the
di mago
1900s
strega
on,
essere.
really. But now,
Questa è la parte
this
interessante
world, we're able to sort of
dell'elfo.
create a space that's their own. Fans of the series will know that ancient
Ah, ok,
magic
eravamo sempre nella stanza delle necessità, quindi è come se entriamo in un altro ambiente, tipo in quella serra.
and the avatar, the player, has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
Ok,
Our process of
è una
development
possibilità di
started
sentire
with
la magia
rereading the
antica.
books. And over development, we reread the books many
Siamo
times.
fighi, saremo fighi nel
Every
gioco.
time we start with a new feature, we dig
Le
into
cucine
that.
bellissime.
And then beyond, we would go into the films.
Hogsmeade.
Being able to put our own spin on what this universe is was a pretty big deal. I helped design a piece that nobody has ever seen before, the Hufflepuff common room. You know, as a Hufflepuff,
Vero?
you always
Abbiamo mai
wonder, like,
visto.
what is my common room supposed to look like?
It's close enough to the world that we know that fans will recognize certain names, they'll recognize spells, they'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize that doorway. I recognize that classroom.
But mostly, it's going to be an entirely new wizarding world that no one's ever experienced.
Bello. Bello, bello,
When
bello.
people engage in the Wizarding World, what's the one anchor? Like, what's the thing that everyone comes back to? What's the thing that grounds it all and grounds all these characters and grounds all these figures? And for us, we really felt like that answer was Hogwarts itself. That school, that famous school of witchcraft and wizardry, is really what binds it all.
How
vedo
to
l'ora.
bring Hogwarts to life. That was a very big challenge
Non
because,
vedo l'ora.
as everybody knows, Hogwarts is huge.
Now we need to know exactly how this
Fatemi sapere
passage
qui sotto nei
fits
commenti
into
cosa
the
ne
game,
pensate di questa
because you're gonna
meraviglia,
have to
perché
And of
wow.
course, again, Sentient Castle, it's got new surprises up its sleeves. It likes to keep its students on its toes. We've put so many little secrets and passageways and rooms in this castle.
Scopri i passaggi segreti.
We recreate those very important locations. And then there's these other places that are only mentioned in the books or just alluded to. And we have to make the connective tissue that brings all that together.
Having a world that is a breathing, living world is very hard to do because it's all about the details. And as a concept team, we really got into those
È vero, c'è
details
tanta
and
cura nei
studied
dettagli, si
history,
vede
studied
già.
architecture.
Si vede già in tutto.
I hope that when fans play the game, they get as lost in it as I do. I can just be reviewing a side mission, and all of a sudden I find myself wandering Hogwarts for like 45 minutes.
Questa è una cosa che faremo
The
tutti.
community is absolutely going to love Hogwarts Legacy.
It's gonna be so
Io già mi
fun.
immagino preparare tanti gameplay esplorativi. Andremo a vedere tutti i luoghi.
To actually enter the Hogwarts that we built. This is your Hogwarts Legacy.
Bello, 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 bravi, bravi. Bravi, non vedo l'ora. Però non c'è stata data ancora una data precisa,
We
è ancora
truly hope
vaga.
you enjoyed the Hogwarts Legacy State of Play. Our team is so grateful for the excitement and for the passion that all of you bring to this. It's truly what fuels us. On behalf of our team at WB Games
La sala
Avalanche,
comune di,
we wanna
di
thank
Tasso
you for
Rosso.
being here today and
Però quella di
welcome
Corvo
us
Nero
to
è molto
Hogwarts.
figa, molto molto.
That's our show. We hope you're
Grazie,
excited for the magic to come.
grazie.
See you
Non
next
ci avete
time.
dato la data precisa, però bello, bello. Tutto quello che ho visto mi è piaciuto, davvero tanto. Che dire, ovviamente la cosa che mi ha sorpreso di più e che l'hanno presentata molto bene, secondo me, è la massima libertà che avremo in questo gioco. Non solo nella personalizzazione del nostro personaggio, potremo scegliere di essere maschietti, femminucce, o avere una voce da femminuccio in un corpo di un maschietto e viceversa. Quindi non solo massima libertà da questo punto di vista, ma massima libertà sotto tutti i punti di vista, perché potremo girare Hogwarts, potremo girare i territori circostanti Hogwarts, ma non solo la foresta proibita o il lago nero o Hogsmeade, ma andremo oltre Hogsmeade, oltre la foresta nera, oltre il lago nero. E questa cosa è veramente tanto tanto figa. Si preannuncia una mappa gigantesca, per davvero, e non lo so ragazzi, non lo so. Non ho ben capito ancora chi saranno i nemici. Cioè nel senso c'è questo gruppo, questa fazione di maghi oscuri, e ho visto che combatteremo anche i goblin, che a quanto pare sono alleati dei maghi oscuri, però non ho ancora ben capito il tutto. Altra cosa che riguarda sempre la libertà di azione è che potremo decidere anche di essere buoni o cattivi, perché quella vada cadavra, sì, quella vada cadavra, quella vada kedavra l'abbiamo lanciato noi stessi, e questa cosa è figa a livelli estremi. Wow. Mi dispiace soltanto che non ci sia ancora una data ufficiale, però wow, bravi, non vedo l'ora. Fatemi sapere qui sotto nei commenti cosa ne pensate. E niente, mi dispiace, non penso che lo giocherò sulla PlayStation 5, perché non ce ne sono. Purtroppo non ce ne sono, quindi mi toccherà la 4. Sicuramente sarà molto limitata rispetto alla 5, sotto tanti punti di vista, però chi se ne, lo voglio giocare appena esce. Prendo pochissimi giochi al day one, mi è capitato adesso con Horizon Forbidden West, e mi capiterà anche con Hogwarts Legacy, ovviamente. Non credo che vi porterò una serie, sinceramente. Io pensavo di fare un gameplay a inizio gioco, quindi con il personaggio base, se vogliamo, e un gameplay a gioco inoltrato, per farvi vedere un po' i potenziamenti, le abilità acquisite e quant'altro. Però mi piacerebbe anche fare dei gameplay Yotobi style, che mi piacciono davvero tanto, e esplorativi. Andremo ad esplorare, non so, parte del castello magari, o la foresta proibita, o Hogsmeade, tutti i vari ambienti presenti sulla mappa. Sarebbe un'idea carina. Ovviamente registro il gameplay e poi lo commento. Fatemi sapere qui sotto nei commenti se vi piace come idea, secondo me potrebbe essere interessante. E niente, vi do appuntamento al prossimo video. Sono veramente tanto gasato e ho l'hype a 1000 per Hogwarts Legacy.